Hi, Brian here with westernflies.com. Today I'm going to be tying a tailwater micro midge, which is a midge pattern that I found on the internet here earlier this year, and it's become one of my go-to flies. I'm going to start with a Dairiki 075, and somewhere between 16 and 24. I tend to favor the smaller hook sizes, but for visibility here I'll use a larger one. Then I'm going to start some 8/0 thread. Today I'm going to do olive. I like black. Rusty brown, you can do red, just kind of depends on what your local waters dictate. I'm going to lay down a thread base with touching turns back to the barb of the hook, trim off the excess, and then I'm going to prep some olive midge vinyl rib, and I'm going to stretch that out a bit just to thin it, and then we'll continue to stretch it out as we tie it on here. So I'm going to place that on the top of the hook, and then I'm just going to go back. I'm going to hold more and more tension as I move backwards just to give me a little bit of a taper. Again, going back to about the barb of the hook. We'll cut off the waist piece, and then we'll wrap the thread forward, laying down a little bit more of a thread base. You should be able to see the thread through this vinyl rib as we lay it down. So next I'm going to wrap it forward, and I'm going to start with a lot of tension as I begin, and then I'm going to slowly ease off the tension as I move forward. Just laying touching turns down, moving forward. And then again, I'm going to tie that off up top with a few thread wraps behind it and then on top of it. And then we'll lock it down in front with a few more thread wraps and we can trim that off. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to get some pearl flashabou. I like the midge because it's so small. And one little strand of this will make about a dozen flies. I'm also going to lay that down on the top of the hook. Just capture it with a pinch wrap. And then we'll just pull that back into position until it's even with the eye of the hook. And we're just going to cover that up and we're going to build up the head. I like it just slightly larger than the body. One thing you can do is you can flatten your thread out by spinning your bobbin just a little bit. And then we're just going to build that up. Nice football shaped tapered head. And then once we get it to about where we like it, which is about right there, we'll just whip finish it. And then the last thing that we'll do is we'll trim off our thread, and then we'll trim the flashabou, which I do kind of like a triangle, so I hold it at a 45-degree angle, come in with my scissors at a 45-degree angle, and that leaves me with about half the length of the abdomen. I'm going to come in and finish with a little tiny bit of Zap-A-Gap just to lock it down, make it nice and durable. It's a great fly. It's got just enough flash, and it really does a good job of representing those very small organisms that float through our tailwaters. I hope this helps.